Cher is falling in love with her stepbrother.
No, one of the main plot points is Cher couldn't find no man, and she was trying to get a man for everybody else.
She didn't want to date high school boys.
Then she realized the person that loved her just happened to be right underneath her own roof. Fortunately for her.
As her stepbrother. And then we're all cool with it.
Ex-stepbrother. And their parents were not even married that long.
And he had married multiple women before, and they were married for like a month or something.
So they were not even related.
And she was 16.
And he is young Paul Rudd.
He wasn't 21.
Yeah, he was in college.
No, he was in college, which means he could be 19.
No, but he was like applying to law school.
No, it was his first year in college.
Really?
I thought so. I hope so.
As much as I want to think that this is wrong, I think it's awesome.
Alyssa, no!
No, that's right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but Paul Rudd is the dreamiest.
So beautiful.
The dreamiest.
Alyssa, if you had a stepbrother
He's Jewish.
living in your house.
Oh, I love him.
He doesn't live in the
He's
house.
an ex-stepbrother.
Yeah,
He's not her stepbrother anymore.
In the comments,
He's
please.
so cute.
Who has a better love interest? Aaron Samuels? Aaron freaking Samuels or a stepbrother, okay? I don't care that he's
or
tall.
Paul Rudd. Call it what it is.
Sorry, I gotta
Samuels.
go Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
That youthful skin. Paul ain't aged today.
Okay.
I want to get into some of these moments.
Let's get into some of the scenes.
Well, here's the other thing, too. For me, Katie's story isn't really about Aaron Samuels. Like, that's like a little part of it.
Yeah.
The thing that's so cool about Mean Girls is it really helps you navigate like female friendships, which are very challenging.
Did you find that Mean Girls was realistic in that sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was absolutely realistic. And I had never seen a movie done quite like that, where it got it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it got it in a way that was like, whoa. Whereas Clueless is great. It's fun. It's entertaining. But it's not like the dynamics and the interpersonal relationships between everybody. It's just so different. It's not as realistic and grounded, I think.
I feel like
Mean
they
Girls.
showed an aspect of it which is real, which is like she was out to do things for herself, right? Like this makeover was for herself, and then she kind of saw it back, like turn on her.
Yeah, she wanted to like build Ty up. In my opinion, how I perceive it is she wanted to build Ty up to be as popular as she was, which is self-serving. And she saw that sort of backfire when she realized, oh, if I make another version of myself, that version of myself might mirror back what I desire, which was Ty fell in love with Josh first.
Which is so like transformative of a thought. Like it's like such a good thought for kids to learn. Like, wait a minute, maybe I'm not angry about this. I'm angry about something else. And like finding that moment when she figures out that she's in love with Josh, she's like, I like Josh. And the fountains are going
Cher had to
off.
take that ass to the mall.
Oh, I love that moment.
Well, my favorite moment though of Clueless is whenever it was after Ty had the guys like held her over the balcony at the mall, and then Cher's like, "Well, when I was held at gunpoint," and nobody cared. It's so good. He's like, I'm sorry. And then Cher's like that to me, that is my favorite moment of Cher. Like the way that she's so like, I guess nobody wants to hear about when I was held at gunpoint.
And he had a gun to her head.
I love that.
Hollywood.
She didn't even freak. She just goes straight to the payphone. I'm like, oh my God, a payphone?
Like, no, wait, okay. Whenever she's like,
she's like, oh.
It wasn't a liar.
That is the greatest. Yeah.
She's so beautiful.
Like I'm saying though, it's like funny and it's silly, but to me, Mean Girls captured the reality of something in a way that it captivated our generation, because I think that we had never seen something so realistic and so comedic at the same time. Whereas Clueless is like, okay, I don't think a lot of people relate to being a super rich person in Beverly Hills and being like, oh no, my dress. Whereas like Mean Girls just sort of
it was coming of age, but it was like adult funny.
Let me ask you this:
crazy.
do you think the theme of like discovering that you don't know anything is something that's universal? Because I felt like the point that you're making is like Mean Girls super appealed to like women, and it showed women XYZ, where I feel like, yeah, Clueless was like led by like a dumb blonde girl, but I felt like a lot of the themes were like universal, which is maybe why
she wanted to get a man.
She wanted to get a man. She wanted her friends to find love.
She wanted her grades
like
to be
perfection
better.
in all forms. She wanted to like negotiate her way out of grades because her dad was a lawyer. Like there were so many things about Clueless that I felt were like universal. It was very clear that like
and that
I feel like
even
Clueless is
rich
like a
people,
slice of life almost of like this very specific thing, whereas Mean Girls was like a take on society and like a take on like high school and like those female relationships.
I love the animalistic forms
like
of it,
that,
like that scene where they're all like animals and they're like,
like what a crazy thing to write in a script, and people would be like, okay, yeah, so now we're gonna have like all these actors, like
Pretend to
literally
be
that one
animals.
scene where they're like at the they're like in Africa, this would be at the
Yeah.
watering hole.
Yeah.
Problematic, whatever.
Yeah.
But the two, like she jumps on the other girl and they land
Like,
in the
"Ah!"
fountain. Like
It's
that's
so
fucking nuts.
good.
Or
It's
the
nuts.
scene after like the burn
Yeah.
book comes out, the hallways. Like I'm like,
Mm.
in rewatching that, I was just like marveling at the
We were all.
acting.
I had a
The-
mean girl group. We were called Miss Jack, Molly, Shelly, Jade, Ashley, Carolyn, Kate.
Oh my
That's
god.
Oh, so there was
That's a
6
big
of you.
group.
There were 6 of us. It was a big group, and then it was just Jack.
You know
We
what?
cut the two up,
Jade,
the two
I am
front
not
ones
shocked
out.
to hear that you
Just
were
But guess
popular.
what? Guess what? Guess what? First, I didn't speak any English, and then I learned English, and then I was like, "Get out of my fucking way!" Like,
That's
it,
Wow.
really funny.
but
When
I was
I
all
was-
very. I was still kind.
When I got to be popular for like maybe 2 years.
When you had the gum.
Yeah, when I was popular for 2 years,
you
I'll
had the
never
Spice Girls
forget.
gum.
Well,
I'm
I was a
screaming.
lackey. I was like a Gretchen Wieners. I was like, there was a head girl.
Really?
I was a lackey.
Yeah.
So there was like a head girl, and she was in charge of the playground, like tag, who could play tag. So people, instead of asking her because they were too afraid, this happened.
Yeah.
They would come to me and they would say, "Hey, Alyssa, am I allowed to play tag with you guys today?"
That just means you had
And
the better,
the
you had
guy-
the better energy.
One time, this is a friend of mine now. We're like best friends.
Yeah.
She said that she went up to me. She said, "Alyssa, can I go play?" And I go, "Hold on, let me go ask blank."
Yeah.
And she said that I turned around, I didn't move, and then I went back to her and I said, "She said no." And that was like,
And
that's
sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, and she was like, "You didn't ask her," and I was like, "Sorry." But that's
Yeah.
like in Mean Girls, whenever Regina kisses Aaron Samuels and like
Oh, yeah.
like Katie sees it. And then the next day, Gretchen, like Regina has Gretchen tell Katie, "I'm so sorry." Like she was trying to get you guys back together. Like she was trying to get
Yeah.
you and Aaron with her. And that's like so funny to me. Like that moment when I was like, "Yeah, get your lackey to tell her." I
Yeah.
love that. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that.